Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ilian and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Tim. Tim is from Oxford in England, in the UK. So let's see what Tim has to say. Enjoy the interview. So, hello, Tim. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you, William?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
No worries, my absolute pleasure.
So, tell me, how was your day today?
My day's been lovely. I've gone out, I've gone to the gym, I've been very productive and just soaking up the sun that's about.
So, tell me, what was the highlight of your day today?
Um, just going for a nice long walk, listening to the music that I really enjoy, which is Take That and Gary Barlow music and musicals as well. I love musicals, always
Uh,
have done. So yeah.
I, I see. All right. And what do you do for work, for living?
Um, so I'm a fully trained actor. I'm not currently in the industry yet, but I'm working towards it. And at the moment, I'm currently unemployed,
Okay.
which, yeah,
So you're saying that so right now you're not as you're unemployed right now, but you're a full-time actor.
yeah, full-time actor. Yeah.
Okay, so let's start the interview talking about your career as an actor. So tell me how everything started.
So from a very young age, when I was at primary school, one day my mum took me to go see Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat when I was
Okay.
in about year six. And I just remember going there on that night and just being truly in awe of what I was seeing in front of me. And that kind of just assured me that I want to do this for a living. I've got to do it. It's what I'm passionate about. It's what I want to thrive towards. And here we are.
That's amazing. I think when you have something, your passion, your gift, and your parents they support you, I think it's a big plus for sure.
Yeah, 100%. The
Amazing.
family makes all the difference.
And where are you from, Tim?
I am from Oxfordshire, so
Mhm.
Oxford. Yeah.
So tell me something interesting about your hometown.
I mean, Harry Potter was filmed in Oxford, partly at one of the colleges in town, which is literally 45 minutes on the bus away from where I am, and all that
Wow.
kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool, I think. And it gets all the tourists in, which helps, Oxford kind of thrive at its best. And who could ask for more than that, really? And there's plenty of things to do in Oxford if you come down and want to see some incredible sights and landscapes.
What's the biggest joy of living there, in your opinion?
Um, the old classic feel of what Oxford looks like you still got building like Victorian kind of like style buildings. It's kind of lovely like that. It's
Uh-huh.
got a rich history. It's got, museums that, tell you about all the history going way, way back into the past. And I just find that incredible and so fascinating, like seeing all the fossils and all that kind of stuff, learning about the history
That's
of the
amazing.
world. And yeah.
Actually, I've been to Oxford a few years ago for a day. For a day with a friend, we were just visiting the city, walking around the city. That was amazing. Yeah, great
Yeah.
memories. Amazing.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Okay, Tim. So during the interview, I'm going to explore a bit more about your life and also about your journey. Okay.
Okay.
But before we start our journey within the Matchbox, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself, or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Um, so I am the youngest of five children in my family,
Wow.
and I'm 26, so that says a lot about us and how old we all are kind of getting
Yes.
now as time goes on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, not sure I'm loving the whole getting old process, but I welcome it all the same.
Wow. So
And
you are
if
the
I
oldest. You are
and
the
if I look
oldest.
this good, yeah, if I look this good, you know, when I'm older, then I can't complain.
So we are the oldest, and how old is the youngest?
Oh no, I'm the youngest. I'm the
I
youngest.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see.
So the oldest is 31 years old. Yeah.
I see. I mean, your siblings, they live in Oxford as well.
We all did live together, but they've all kind of like got on with their own lives. Like I've got a brother who lives in London. I've got a brother who moved to Australia, was there for 2 years. He's come back. about 2 years ago. He's still here, which is lovely to have him back. So I missed him when he was gone. And then I've got a sister who moved to California, and she's been there for the last 10 years.
Wow,
And then my other sister just lives around the corner from where I am now,
that's
really.
it. And how do you feel being the youngest one?
I feel like it, has its challenges, really. You know what I mean? Like you get blamed for everything, you always got the older siblings putting the blame on you or like trying to cause like little dramas and it's one of those things, but at the end of the day, they're your family and you love them and you can't complain. So
Yeah, absolutely.
you get to meddle in the fun as well. Yeah.
Team, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through memories in life and share your point of views? Ready?
Yep.
Amazing. Welcome to William in the Magic Box.
Hey.
I have here my best friend. Random questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to play a song just for us to relax before the first question, okay?
Okay.
Amazing. Let's do it. Right, so before I start the interview, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Okay.
Amazing. First question is, which movie had a big influence on you?
That is a very easy answer to answer. So growing up, I had a very lonely kind of childhood. It was, like I feel like that's partly on me choosing to be lonely, but I got amazing amounts of comfort from my favorite Disney Pixar film, Monsters Inc. And, it's helped me get through like suicidal thoughts. It's been there for like the happy times, the sad times, and all the in between. And I met, one of the actresses from Monsters Inc., in Oxford twice, and we've spoken about Monsters Inc. on Instagram in the messages, and we're in touch. And to me, that holds a very dear place in my heart. And I've been collecting merchandise my whole life. The collection is getting out of hand. My parents have said that multiple times. Stop buying stuff, stop buying stuff. Do I listen? No, I do not. I keep buying, but I don't regret it nonetheless.
And why do you have this connection with the movie? What's about it that somehow you have this connection with it?
So for me, like, I just love the characters. That's one of the reasons. But one of my teachers from primary school, while I was waiting for my parents to pick me up, she was like just like looking after me like when I was in reception, like a little like young boy. And I remember seeing a Monsters Inc. Sully toy on the shelf, and she just willingly gave it to me without questions asked. And that specifically holds such a dear, like meaning to my heart because she sadly later on passed away. So it's like it's a memory towards her. And I just want to thank her for like giving me that and just being the truly wonderful person that she was in this world.
And did you like school growing up?
I love school. I loved it. I'm such a social butterfly. Like I love making people laugh. I like being there as someone's emotional support, to be their shoulder to cry on. I loved it. Like I wasn't great till very much later in my life at the whole school side of things, but I enjoyed the social part a lot.
Tell me a memory back in school that for you, when you think about your memories, comes straight away to your mind. Could be a situation, could be a class or a teacher. Tell me a situation during your time at school that you go like, what, I'll always remember that.
Oh, so many to choose from. I remember, so this was like the first day of school, and I had one of those Bop It toys. And I just thought, if I take this to school, it's going to be a great way of like getting people's attention, to get people talking to me, wanting to be friends, and it worked a charm. And those friends have stuck with me throughout my whole life up to this point, which I'm eternally grateful for. And yeah, that really sticks to me for some reason. But yeah.
Yeah, I loved school as well. I remember, actually, I remember my very first day at school. I was so excited. I was so, happy to be there. And I remember like walking with my colleagues, like holding hands, going all the way to my classroom. I have this vague memory in my mind.
Ah, it's
Amazing.
lovely, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
school.
yeah, I've got a similar memory of like when we would go to like the church, we'd all be like walking up, to the church down the road, and for some reason that also, comes back into my memory.
For
So
sure. Amazing. Next question. Let's do it.
let's go.
Okay, team. Next question for you is, what bores you?
Being stuck in between four walls. I'm a very productive person. I cannot just sit all day long, all night long, not doing anything, not seeing the people that I love. I find it really difficult. And I'm a strong, like advocate for mental health and how important it is.
Mhm.
And I just try to be productive. Like, every day I'll think, okay, I'm going to do a few TikToks a day because at least I'm getting up, I'm dancing, I'm having fun. It's releasing endorphins into my like body
Yes,
and it's keeping me positive and keeps me going. So, yeah, there's that. I'm watching my favorite films like musicals and stuff. Like, I watched Rocky Horror today and I loved it because I remember seeing it when I was 15 years old. And it's the number one show that I want to be in as my debut as an
wow.
actor.
What's the biggest joy of being team? What do you like the most about being you?
This is going to sound so like full of myself, but I just like how I'm very free-willed. Like I'm just I'm unapologetically me. You know what I mean? Like I will just be my natural funny self, and my whole philosophy now on life is if you don't find me funny, if you don't like me, that's fine. That's your decision. I've got
Totally.
plenty of people in my life already. If you want to be my friend, great. If not, I'm sorted for life, so I can't complain.
And what's the meaning of life for you?
The meaning of life is loving your family, being
Hmm?
there for your family, and the same goes for like your friends and just doing what you love, doing your passion. Because if you live your life, especially with how short life is in the grand scheme of things, if you don't live it doing what you like as a profession, or whether it's a hobby like playing basketball, you're going to be miserable, stuck in a job that's not meant for you. And you're going to you're just going to be thinking about, oh, when can I leave? Like, when can I get out of this kind of thing? And for me, that's just not what I think is healthy for me personally and for anybody else.
Amazing.
Like you with your podcast.
Yeah, doing something with passion, I think it's a gift for you to be able to do something that brings the best of you. I think it's great. I get your point for sure. Amazing.
Brilliant. It's
Next.
true, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's people, even though they don't know you, but they can feel your energy. They can tell, oh my God, they love what they do. It's easy to see when you do something with passion. Get it.
Yeah.
Next question. Let's do it.
Next question.
Right. So before the next question, of course, we got connected through TikTok. Yeah. And your page on TikTok is TikTok Team 002.
That is correct.
So tell me about the idea behind your page on TikTok.
So the name just came from like trial and error of putting my like full name like Timothy Roberts on it and it didn't work. And I thought, TikTok. And I was thinking, what would rhyme with TikTok? And then TikTok Tim just popped into my head and it rhymes. And the whole point of TikTok is to get people's attention, to be catchy, to like get people to like show interest in what you're doing. And so far it's working, the charm. So I can't complain.
And what's the idea behind when people they watch your videos on TikTok? What's something about it that you'd like people to take with them?
Um, don't judge yourself too harshly, like how you look on camera. Just have fun with your life. Make a fool of yourself because if you make a fool of yourself, other people will feel, you know, more at ease to do the same and just to do what they want to do and enjoy.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I think that's a great idea.
I see. Okay. Next
It's
question.
also, sorry,
Sorry,
it's
Sir
also
on.
sorry. It's also just like to like promote my acting and any bits of work that I've done that I've got, saved on my phone from 2, 3 years ago or however long. So there will be an updated video when after I've done my next show, which is The Pirates of Penzance, where I'm playing a pirate and yeah, a pirate and all that kind of jazz and just having fun with it. And I think that's a really cool idea because it's swinging on ropes in a theatre, it's putting on a proper show, and it's a great cast. And I love that cast, and I love everybody in it for their own individuality and what they bring to the table.
Amazing. Okay, next question is, right. So this is my favorite question of the Magic Box, okay? And come up for you. Send away a message to someone, but you don't need to tell who this message is for. Just the person watching this interview gonna go like, I know this message is for me, but you don't need to tell their name. So tell me. You can send any message.
We've had great times. We've had great times. Of course, friends have arguments. It's an organic part of friendship, and that I miss you guys, and I can't wait to see you again, and to welcome my 26th year of my life with you guys, dancing the night away, doing a bit of karaoke, just not taking life seriously, just having fun.
Amazing. Tell me something, as you talk about aging, aging for you is something that bothers you or you just see as a matter of life?
It's a matter of life. Like, like when I look back on like my granddad, who was one of the biggest inspirations to me throughout my life, like, yeah, he was old. He had wrinkles. He had all the typical old qualities that you'd have, but he was a lovely man and he still looked sharp and still looked great. And people say I look like a young version of him. So if that's what's down the line and I end up looking like how he did at the age of like 84, then I can count myself very, very lucky.
Wow. And tell me, if you could be any age for the rest of your life, which age that would be and why?
17.
Why is that?
I don't know what it was, but when I was 17, I just enjoyed it. You know what I mean? I enjoyed being 17. I mean, 18 was great because, it's like you're going out clubbing for the first time with your mates, you're having your first drinks out, you're going to the pub, you're doing this, you're doing that. But like, I don't actually have a reason behind why 17 is my favorite year. It just kind of was.
Okay.
And life just seemed a lot easier back then. Like, you didn't have many responsibilities, no bills to pay, no rent, no, worrying about life and getting to the places you need to be. And feeling like you've got a time lapse to get there.
Totally. Amazing. I like the way you answered straight away when I asked the question. You went straight away, 17. It's amazing. Great.
Thank you.
3 questions left. Let's do it.
That's great. Let's do it.
Right. So before the next question, of course, when you were talking before with each other, you mentioned about that you're a big fan of Take That. Yeah, the group.
Massive.
So tell me about it. How did you start this fascination about the group?
So, yet again, I've loved Take That since the day, that I first heard their music, which was from like the age of 1 year old. And it was the song The Flood that really grabbed my attention. And I just love the chemistry they generally have as like brothers on stage and how they interact and how they generally care about their fans. Like, because when I go to London, like they'll announce on Twitter, oh, we're going to be at this radio station at 8 p.m. See you there. And you'll go and you'll meet all these fans behind the like railings and you'll meet them through years and years and you'll actually make friendships that like go, how are you? Like, what have you been up to, Tim? Like, tell me this. And I've been interviewed by the BBC for like about Take That and all sorts. And, they say don't meet your heroes, but like Gary, Mark, and Howard are the most down-to-earth, sincere, lovely men that you can meet and the most talented. And they are undoubtedly the biggest boy band in Britain with the longevity that they've had in their career.
Wow.
Spanning 35 years.
So tell me your 3 top favorite songs of Take That.
Oh, Patience, Up All Night, Greatest Day, and Never Forget. There you go, 4. It's impossible just to limit it to 3. I'm sorry.
Which one is that music? Whatever you go, whatever you
Oh,
know.
Back for Good. Yes, I
Back
totally
for Good.
disregarded Back for Good. I love that song.
I love
Because
that
when you're
song.
like, yeah, it's just so soothing and so calming. You know what I mean? And it's got that 90s feel to it, like
Yeah.
retro kind of feel to it.
It's funny because those some songs brings you to some memories in your life.
Yeah.
In this song, I think was the very first time when I heard about Take That back in Brazil. I was a teenager and I remember the band Explode, and I remember the song so well, and I love the voice, the melody of it. That's how I was introduced to Take That through that song.
Brilliant. I mean, thank you because the world, more of the world needs to know who Take That are, who haven't discovered them yet.
I see. Okay, so now the question is gonna be a bit tougher now. One day you're gonna wake up in the morning having, let's say, 3 missed calls from those 3 names just mentioned right now. So you mentioned Gary Barlow, the other one.
Mark Owen and Howard Donald.
Okay, so one day you're gonna wake up in the morning having 3 missed calls from those 3 you just mentioned right
I
now.
like the sound of that.
Which one you're gonna call back straight away? Which
Gary
one you
Barlow. Gary Barlow.
which one you're gonna send a message? I call you back later. And the third one, you don't call back, you just ignore him for now.
The one I'm calling back immediately is Gary Barlow. The one that I would say call you back later is Mark Owen, and unfortunately, the last one is Howard Donald. I love Howard Donald. I don't love, him any less than the other members. I love them all equally. But Gary is my favorite due to like his like voice and his whole like persona on stage and the way he goes about life. So that's why I would call him up straight away.
And if Gary Barlow is watching this interview right now, you never know this interview can get to him. What would you say? What would you tell him right now? He's watching.
Gary, thank you for taking your time out to like send me that birthday message, the recorded video on my 18th. It generally has made like a mark on my mind and my brain and everything like that. I generally love you and thanks for like being so kind with your time and genuinely caring and stopping to have a conversation and being the smiley chap that you've always known you've always been known to be. Like you're an amazing person and we thank you for all the tours and the hard work that you put into them.
Amazing. I just hope this interview gets to him somehow. Hope it.
Me too. I will tweet it to him.
Next question is, what does family mean to you?
Family means everything. I could not live without my family, Like I it's hard to kind of like say why, but like I just love my family because they love me and I love them, and we all go out of our ways to make each other's like birthdays or Christmases or whatever like special. And I just love them. I love them all for their own, yeah, again, individuality. They are great and they've always had my back. They've always like supported me like during emotional times and been there. And that's more than a man can wish for, to be fair. I can't lie.
And tell me, what has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned from your family so far?
Meaningful lesson. Ooh, that is a tricky question.
Could be anything. Could be anything that maybe your parents taught you, your siblings. Could be anything, or your grandparents.
um, Whenever somebody's getting you down, like a bully or something, don't fight back. Don't be the big, no, not don't be. Be the bigger person. Walk away because you'll come out looking a lot better. Don't be afraid to show your true colors, like your emotions. Like if it's upsetting you, cry. If you're happy, smile, laugh. But also to like walk away and be the bigger man, because at that point, people will realize that you are just a person who wants like peace and good vibes all the time, and just as create memories really. And that's true to who I am up to this point and this day. So
Totally.
yeah.
2 questions left. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Right. So before the next question, let's do a little game. Yeah. Let's
Let's do
pretend
it.
now that you're gonna put together like a play or a scene in a movie or something that you have the biggest budget in your hands. Okay,
Wow.
and also, you're gonna be on it as well. You're gonna be part of this project. You can cast anyone in the world to play your mom, any other to play your dad as well. Also, your romantic partner, and at the same time you can collaborate with any director around the globe to join you to put all together. So tell me those names.
I think to play my mum, I would choose. My gosh, there's so many actresses out there. Um, I'm gonna say Emma Stone.
Wow,
I do like Emma Stone. I'm a massive fan. I love how talented she is.
amazing.
Um, to play my dad, I would choose John Goodman.
Okay.
I love John Goodman. He's the voice of, Sully from Monsters Inc. So that kind of explains that. Um, and who are the others?
Romantic partner.
Romantic partner. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna say the first name that comes to my mind that I like, Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth
Wow,
Paltrow.
that's
Yeah,
a very good one.
yeah, yeah. I
Wow,
feel like she's just truly beautiful. You know what I mean?
beautiful,
A
totally.
wonderful talent.
And the director, the big boss to help you to put all together, who that would be?
Martin Scorsese.
It's a good
Because I
one.
feel like my life would be very dramatic, going from like the miserable parts of being bullied, beaten up, to like where I am now, being happy. I feel like he could really capture my life through the lens, and I like that idea.
Wow. And do you believe that happiness is a choice?
I believe we're all human with all emotions, and there's not a right or wrong emotion to be feeling at any time during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Obviously, there are things that you can, do to keep yourself happy,
Yeah.
which kind of brings back like hobbies, like for me, basketball, gym, going to the pub with mates, listening to music, dancing, doing TikToks, like the whole lot. Just find something you're passionate about and do it and do it and do it. You may start off being shit. I was shit when I first picked up a basketball, but boy, oh boy, can I now score 3 pointers effortlessly and never
Wow.
miss. So
So do you still play basketball?
yeah, I do. Not as much as I used to, because I used to have a professional basketball hoop in my garden. And I
Wow.
used to spend 3 hours every day drilling and shooting hoops, and then we had to get rid of it because it broke, and then we haven't had one since. But I will take myself down to like a local park and shoot hoops, and I've had people coming up to me being like, "Wow, you are really good at this. Like, can you teach me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, sure, 100%.
Oh.
Come on." I was you once upon a time. Like, yeah,
How tall
join
are
in.
you? How tall are you, Tim?
How tall am I?
Yeah.
5'10".
Wow. Quite
Yeah,
tall.
yeah, very,
Amazing.
yeah.
Next question is, if you could be in somebody's place, in somebody's skin for 24 hours for any reason, who that would be and why?
Gosh, I've said his name so many times. Gary Barlow, because
I knew.
it must be amazing to stand in those arenas and look at that audience swaying their hands, clapping, screaming, and cheering to your songs and singing along. Like that must just feel so like overwhelming in such a great way.
Tell me the very first time that you saw him in real life. Tell me the moment, the emotions at the time.
Oh, so I was at uni and I was meant to have I had a lecture the following morning. But I stayed up all night, basically waiting till 4 o'clock, and then I caught the night bus into London, and I waited outside from 4 a.m. in the morning in the pitch black with the other fans that I'm friends with till like 2 in the afternoon, 3 in the afternoon.
Wow.
And that was back in September 2025, and I met them 3 times in 1 week.
Wow.
So yeah, Gary literally knows my face. He literally says, "Hi, how are you doing, Tim?" All that kind of stuff. And for me, nothing beats that, you know?
Wow. And they were touring at the same time when you saw them 3 times the same week or not?
No, they were like promoting, like they were either promoting a new single or a new song or mentioning how they've got an album coming out. It's more those kind of sort of things, you know what I mean? Like
I
one of
see.
the times I met Gary Barlow, he had written a song with Becky Hill, the singer, and he was there promoting it in person at this, studios, and yeah,
I see.
yeah, it's
Amazing.
great.
Last question, ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Last one. All right, last question for you is, what is your favorite place in the entire world and why?
Twickenham, London.
Why?
That's where I went to uni to do my acting degree, and on that journey of university, I met the most amazing people who I would love to give a shout out. Say Lewis Tipping, Adam Tull, Roxanne, Freddie, Soul, Emilio, Paige from Bridgewater, and Phoebe from Bridgewater, Molly Masterson, Liana, Sack, Declan, who's like my best mate. Like he's helped me get through suicide, and he's been there to listen, and he's reminded me like you can't do that. Like what would me, Jarrett, Bob, Anna, and Cleona do without you? And I'm like, this guy has been sent to me from God, quite literally, and that's how it feels.
Amazing. Send my regards to all of them, okay?
Thank you ever so much, William. Thank you. Like the foundations of my life and where my happiness is now is because of them, and they've affected my life in the greatest way possible. And I'm eternally grateful to them for that.
Wow. So how long do you stay in London studying your acting course?
It was 3 years. So I was there from 2021 to 2024 and graduated on June the 18th,
Wow.
2024, I think, yeah, or 2023. I can't quite remember.
It's amazing when you meet those people around you and they somehow leave their mark in your life. They're always going to remember.
And they're your friends for life, and that's such a comfort to know.
Wow, amazing.
I'd also like to shout out my other friends in Bridgewater, Phoebe Williams and Paige. Like they've also been great friends. They never failed to pick up the phone, to have a great laugh, to comfort me in times of sorrow. And yeah, again, they're great. And she's got the loveliest daughter ever that she had a year ago called Luna.
Wow.
Luna Ray, and she's such a sweetheart, like smiling into the camera, laughing, and whilst we're pulling stupid faces into the camera, it's very endearing, and it's nice to see them happy.
Amazing. Right, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to say some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking.
Okay.
Let's start with money.
Limited.
Fear.
Anxiety.
Family.
Love.
Life.
Happiness.
Love.
Fulfillment.
Religion.
Tranquility.
Sex.
Oh. What a great one to pick. Jeez. Fantastic.
I like the way you say fantastic.
Fantastic.
Politics.
Boring.
Friendship.
Useless. Miracle.
I like that, actually. That's amazing. Wow. Desire.
Determination.
Regret.
Sadness.
Success.
Happiness.
Wish.
Wish.
Yeah, wish.
Hopeful.
One word for happiness.
One word for happiness.
Yeah.
Joyous.
One word for Oxford.
Posh.
Like that. One word for England.
Interesting.
One word for acting.
Confidence.
And the last one now, TikTok Team 002. The name of your page on TikTok, one word.
Unique.
Actually, of course, one word for take that.
Sorry, trying to catch my breath. Monumental. Monumental.
Wow, amazing. Let's pretend I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your best friends. Define team in one positive and one negative word only. What your best friend would say about you.
Oh, God. I'm gonna say two words. Damn.
One positive and one.
Quirky and annoying.
Which one is the negative? I'm joking. Joking.
You're a joker, you are. Good on you, William.
What's your star sign astrology, team? I don't know if you believe in astrology. What's your star sign?
I do believe in astrology. I did a test where I entered the date of birth and when I was born, and what I read was like bang on the dot. So I do believe in it, and I am a Gemini because I was born on May the 28th, 2000.
Wow. And do you like to celebrate birthdays?
I love celebrating my birthday. It's a one day where it's all about me. Who doesn't love that?
That's amazing.
You know?
Let's play now, team, and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But before asking the question, tell me the feeling when you are acting. What's the biggest joy of it?
Putting on a show is an amazing feeling. The fact that you can inspire somebody else to want to get into acting is not only a big responsibility on the actor's shoulders, but it's a massive joy and part of it. And it's just fun, you know. Yeah, you know, just being on stage, being in costume, getting to escape life for a little snippet of time. I think if we all had the confidence to do that, we would all be better off in those like times of like sadness or worry or whatever. Like it helps.
For sure. Okay, team, you can ask me a question now.
Thank you, William. So tell me about the very first time you thought of doing this podcast and what it is you most enjoy about doing it and meeting people around the world.
Wow, what a great question. You know what? The very first time that the idea crossed my mind, I never forget, because it was a moment that I was like, I literally, okay, so do you remember 2020 when the world went upside down with the COVID situation?
Yeah.
Of course, you could leave the house once a day for exercise, remember, for run, for, you know what I mean?
Yeah, gosh.
So I was doing that. I was going for a run every afternoon during that time. And I was already, before the COVID, I was already thinking about doing something on YouTube where I could connect with people, express myself, but I didn't know what I could do. As you know, there are so many people there with beautiful ideas and this and that, but I just want to do something that I could express myself, something that I could be myself, but I didn't know what I could do. Anyway, so I was going for a run every day, you know, during the COVID, and one of those runs, this idea came along. And I remember the moment, I remember the place in the park, because I was running, and suddenly when this idea came, I was like, oh my God, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to research some questions, I'm going to write some questions, and I'm just literally going to ask random people around the globe to join me doing an interview. And I remember that I stopped for a minute, and I was looking up there, I was like, oh my God. You know, this moment that my head was like, I couldn't stop anymore thinking about that. And I have some pictures. I came back home, straight away I started running, like write some questions, and I have a picture of me like with a lot of questions in my bed, like put all together. So that's how the idea came along. And the second part of the question, what do I enjoy the most about the show, is very easy to answer. People. I love people. I love to see people expressing themselves, people, you know, sharing their passion, like you, sharing their love from others, for other people, from other, you know, anything people is fascinating. I love to talk to people, to see the way they express themselves without any judgment. Here, the show is about that, for you to be yourself without any judgments, and I love to see people express themselves. So the big inspiration for me of the show, it's about people for sure. Yeah.
That is so endearing. I love that about you. I've loved looking at through your TikTok and your YouTube page. Like, it's so cool. It is so cool. And I hope one day that I can maybe have my own podcast
Absolutely.
one day and get the confidence and learn that skill for myself.
You should, Tim.
Yeah.
I think when I started doing the show, I remember that, I was like, oh my God, how am I going to start that? How am I going to do that? And
Yeah.
what I've learned through the process is just start doing it, and you're going to learn through the journey. I'm still learning every day. Every day I learn something new. So there's no perfectionism. I don't, because sometimes we lose a lot of time, like think, oh my God, I need to have the best light, the best camera, the best this. It doesn't work like that. You just get something, start doing it, and through the process, you're going to learn, you're going to improve yourself, you're going to, so that's for me, the best advice I could give to anyone who would like to start something. Just start, get an idea, but the main thing is always be yourself, always, express yourself the way you are, and, just start doing it. And you're going to make mistakes. I do mistakes every day still during the show. Sometimes when I did the interview, I go like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. I can't believe, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Great. So, so keep going. I think the best advice is just start, get the idea that you can be your true self and just do it. For sure. Yeah. Amazing. Did you enjoy the interview?
Thank you for this interview.
Thanks again, Tim. Thanks for being so kind and so sweet. I love to see your videos on TikTok. I love to see the way you express yourself. I like the simplicity about you. That's what I like. Carry on being this, never lose this thing about you. Is your essence. So, keep going the way you are. And trust me, you're going to get to a place that it meant to be for you, for sure.
Thank you ever so much.
Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Don't dream it, be it.
Great. Straightforward.
Yeah. Simple as that. Don't dream it, be it.
Amazing.
And give yourself over to absolute pleasure as well is another great one.
Say again, there's one. Repeat again.
Give yourself over to absolute pleasure.
Amazing. Great.
They're my words to say.
Okay. Have a good night. Regards to your family, to your friends, and you keep in touch. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Okay. Have a good night, Tim.
It's been a pleasure being on it. Thank you, William.
Take care. Okay.
Talk soon.
You too.
Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.